Okay, there we go.
And demonetized.
I think as long as you come while you're on the toilet, I think it counts. Yeah, so you can solo Blumpkin yourself for sure.
I feel like it's called a dumpkin if you're not getting blown, because the B for Blumpkin is from being blown.
Well, there went. Sorry, Joe. There went your.
Well, I'm not getting any money from YouTube anyway.
In Joey's defense, though, like, or in our defense, rather, Joey didn't have to hit record.
Yeah, he didn't. Joey, you didn't have to actually hit the button, man, just because I was saying it. Shout out to Chris, though. I would argue is the Blumpkin of the show. I realize
I don't think he appreciates that one.
I don't know. I think it's kind. I think it's nice. Your willingness to put up with anything. You know what I mean? Just for your lover. That seems like Chris.
Oh, jeez.
Even in the stinkiest of situations. Brothers, sisters, gender resistors, welcome to another episode. Hey, real quick, support us in any conceivable way, because we definitely aren't going to get ad revenue this time.
God, no,
hey, this is, what the fucking show is this? We're going to run down reviews.
There we go.
Welcome, I'm Chuck. Listen, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I am operating at about a 15% brain capacity right now. With how my weekend went.
Hell yeah!
Hey, I've been sick for
normal.
I've been sick most of the weekend, so
I love that for you. Speaking of operating at only a 15% brain capacity, we watched Friday the 13th, Part 1. This is technically classified as Part 1.
So it's just the original. It's just Friday the 13th, the original. No, Part 1, because technically when they made it, they weren't expecting to make a sequel. Once it became big, once it destroyed the box office, because I think it had like a I saw the numbers. It had like a $55,000 budget, and it made like $340 million or something like that.
Yeah, it looked like it had a $55,000 budget.
Yeah, no, I mean it had a very limited budget, and they did
all
everything
of it
with practical effects.
Yeah, all practical effects, and the majority of that budget was in fake blood. I promise you,
$40 million domestically and 59 worldwide on a where'd it go? On a $550,000 budget.
There you go. So
yeah, still that's not a lot of money.
I mean, it basically made $39 million in 1980, so that's a whole lot of money.
And I know they. For the next decade, I think 85 or 86 was the only year they didn't make a Friday the 13th movie. So they made a movie every year for the next decade. And their budget got bigger, but their intake got it started to the budget and their income kind of started to meet up until around the time Jason Goes to Hell, where I think their budget exceeded their take home.
Which isn't surprising because that was dog shit.
That was terrible.
They should have. Okay, so
we'll get there.
We'll get there, because I have an argument that last chapter should have been it. They should have. That's Part 5, right? I think so.
The last chapter was Part 4.
Or final chapter.
The final chapter was 4. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have stopped it. They should have stopped there.
And I agree. And we'll get there next year when the next. So because there's only three Friday the 13th this year, this month, next month, and then one in August.
Yep. Sometimes we don't have any.
Usually 2, I think, in a year, more often than not. So there's 3 this year. So we'll get to chapter 4 next year.
Maybe one of these Friday the 13th, I'll finally go get a Jason tattoo, because I feel like every tattooist does a sale of it's Friday the 13th flash sale.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
A lot of places do.
I have always wanted to,
everybody.
Happy holidays, everyone. Friday the 13th holidays. I've always wanted to get a tattoo that doesn't have any rhyme or reason to doing it. And I got one time, but then the reason that I got it was so it didn't have a reason. So therefore I had a reason. So it kind of negated itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like the Friday the 13th one would count. No.
I mean, it would kind of be a reason-ish, but not a reason. I mean, it's
you're never going to be able to get a tattoo without a reason because you have a reason to get a tattoo because you want to get it without a reason. So you just made a paradox of it, and it'll never happen.
So what I'll need is I'm going to need 2 people
to get you blackout
fans.
drunk.
I was going to say fans of the show. If I could trust anybody, Chris, this is what I want. I need you to attack me in a dark alleyway, hold me down, and give me a tattoo that I don't want.
Nope. See, you premeditated it. Now it's still.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because now the excuse will be that I got mugged. Yeah. How many times have y'all seen this?
I've seen it at least 3 times, probably more, but not like. I don't think I've ever seen it all together, except for other than this time, maybe once.
I've seen it a lot. This is one of my favorites of the slasher group.
One of your this movie specifically, or Friday the 13th franchise?
Well, I like the Friday the 13th franchise. This is probably my favorite out of the Friday the 13th franchise.
That's crazy. Okay.
Because it's the original.
I mean, Jason X is right there, but whatever.
Jason X. Oh no, Jason X is up there. Trust me, it's in my top 5.
Yeah,
the correct answer is always Jason X.
Jason X is one where he's in space, right?
Yeah, yep. It's fucking awesome.
It is,
dude. It's amazing. So good.
And it happened 2 years ago.
I believe that's.
I think it's supposed to happen in 2024 or something like that.
I don't remember.
I don't remember here. It's awesome.
Long. Jeez, you call yourselves fans.
Listen, if I have learned anything, Ron, I am the most casual, hardcore fan of any fandom that I'm a part of.
If you're such a fan of Jason, then name 3 of his murder victims.
I literally couldn't. I couldn't tell you a single fucking character outside of Kevin Bacon, and I'm just like, he killed Kevin Bacon.
He didn't.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't technically even kill him. Yeah. I have seen this. I think this may be the 3rd time. Fun fact. Look, this doesn't do it for me. I love this franchise, but to me, the story starts at part 2,
which is fair.
Yeah. I think that there's a lot to talk about here, but the importance of this movie, I get both to the story and to horror movie franchises in general, and how it's something different, right? Is this the first time we ever had a female killer? It holds some prestigious title like that.
Maybe.
Depends. Yeah, because technically Sleepaway Camp doesn't count.
That was 83, 84.
That come out after this? I
thought so. Let me double check. But I'm pretty sure that was later.
I'm by technical definition.
83. Sleepaway Camp was 83.
All right. I mean, also
and
technically
that movie was messed up.
Yeah, I mean, it technically wasn't a woman either. So.
Well, I mean,
spoilers for a almost 40-year-old movie, but
40-year-old movie.
Yeah,
it's Joey's age.
You got to keep it in the context of the kayfabe, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Ron, what's your first note? I don't give a shit.
My first note is
kill mom.
Yeah, so the soundtrack to this is fucking dope as shit. The fact that this movie had such a small budget, I would love to know how they convinced. And the composer's who again? Somebody important?
Yes.
Yeah. He's a big deal now, I think, and this was his start or something. And also Kevin Bacon's right there. I feel while Joey looks it up, I feel a lot of the time we don't give Kevin Bacon enough credit anymore for how good he was. Because at one point, Kevin Bacon was on top of the world. You could do 6 Degrees of knowing somebody and linking it back to that man.
Right.
Like he had books about him. So like I think that Kevin Bacon might be the first to go into what's that?
I think this was his second movie or something like that.
This is definitely early.
Because
Bacon.
he was in what, Animal House?
Yes, he was in the Animal House.
And I think that was before this. Because I think was Animal House in the 70s or was that the 80s? I think it was in the 70s.
Hold on.
Once we hit we're very close to 200 episodes.
We're so close.
We're so close. I would like to initiate a new segment when we hit the 50 mark, 200 mark, whatever it is. You know, the in review episode of offering up a comic book rundown Hall of Fame featurette.
Animal House is 78.
I would like to nominate Kevin Bacon for most underrated actor that we've yet to watch in another movie outside of one. That will be his category.
But that's the thing. We're going to get him in a couple different movies. We're going to get him in X-Men. We're going to get him in Toxic Avenger. I think we're going to get him in there's a couple other... R.I.P.D.
Like 900 fucking movies from now.
Right. Like, it's going to be a minute. But like,
I know, but
in the 80s
like
and
right
90s,
now.
he didn't do...
See,
he didn't do a lot of comic book movies. He
I'm
did a
going
lot
to
of serious
disagree
movies.
with Chuck real quick right now because Kevin Bacon in this movie was garbage. Either that,
I don't disagree.
Either that, or he was a virgin and had never had sex before this movie.
Yo, that girl, bravo for her for phoning that shit in. Bravo, top notch. Reminded me a lot of my ex. Shout out. Just fucking, just like. It's like, yeah, we get it. You've had sex before. Wow, you're killing it right now.
See, I don't think she did though, because she only looked like she was like 12 years old, and Kevin Bacon looked like he was 40. So I don't know. It was weird.
The amount of both, I guess, air quotes, consensual and non-consensual sex-related things happening, like right off the bat.
Creep.
Ned's a fucking creep.
Oh, Ned, yeah.
Ned was like their friend that came down with them. And he's like, he was like the 1980 incel forerunner. Like they were like, okay, we need a person that doesn't have sex but really wants to have sex, but nobody wants to have sex with him because he's a creep.
This movie like established a lot of tropes in horror movie things, like the virgin who's just super horned up.
Yeah.
We saw it in Thanksgiving, which, by the way, Joy will post a link down in the show notes below to that Getting Franchised episode, where you could check out when we talked about fucking what, Kevin? Kevin was his name?
Was it? No, crap. What was his name?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I think it was Kevin. I think it was Kevin.
This is actually Joey's going to do is Joey is going to put a link to Chuck's Instagram, and on Chuck's Instagram, he is going to put a link to our first episode of the year, which has a link to Thanksgiving in it.
Yes, yeah, no, that sounds good. I think I can do that. I think I could do. That's only one thing I got to do. I can do that. That shouldn't be hard. It's only going to be an Apple link for sure, though. Just so everybody's aware, it's going to be to Apple Podcasts.
It does make my job a little easier. I appreciate that, Ron. Thanks.
No problem.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Although I have made it easier to just be like, I can't remember what I put, but like if you something along the lines like if you actually want to go listen to this, I don't know why. Go here's the link.
That's a good choice. You should just have the link to the Thanksgiving episode just saved at this point.
Oh, I do. It is.
Yeah.
It's on the feed.
Yeah.
I just copy paste.
Yeah, exactly.
And I do listen. When I do edit, if you don't say it, I don't put it in.
Oh, that's fair.
That's fair. So now the first two kids that get killed, right?
So that was in 58. That was the year after Jason drowned.
Correct.
I gotta use air quotes there because he shows up.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
Kind of.
Whatever. Yeah.
But he was a hallucination.
Was he a hallucination, or did he actually pull her into the water And you know,
see, and that is the question of it all, because if he was a hallucination, how did we get a second movie?
correct.
Yeah, they don't ever actually explain or retcon it, do they?
No, they don't.
No.
Because if he did come back, if he actually did jump out of the water to grab her, which if he did, then we get the movies preceding this. Then yeah, he actually came back. He actually grabbed her. He actually did that. So he actually was there. And I'm fine with that because, again, I like the series. But then that kind of questions, did he actually drown or was he just staying in the water the entire time?
Well, so here's the thing, though. He drowned, and his mom tried to blame it on the camp counselors.
And not her,
and not herself, even though she was there, even though she knew he couldn't swim.
No, he could swim, just not swim very well. That's what she said.
Sure. And then she's like, and if those campers wouldn't have been fornicating, it would have never happened, right? So her whole thing is she's killing camp counselors because they're having sex.
Which makes no sense. Why did she kill Annie?
That's what I was going to bring up was she killed Annie, who was just a sweet little innocent child.
Apparently, and allegedly, Annie was supposed to be the main character. Like, well, you're led to believe that Annie was the main character because she's the first one we're introduced to.
Oh, which by my point was originally of the non-consensual borderline sexual assault. When Annie gets into the truck driver grabs her ass and lifts her into the truck.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and she was already in the truck when he did it.
Yep. She was already lifting herself in, and he's like, "Oh no, let me help you up there."
That actor for sure was like, "This is my one opportunity to grab this girl's ass."
There's a like,
yeah. It was.
No, if you watch his hands, like it was straight up like
it was. He was. I mean, you could see the handprints. It was brutal. Anyway, I felt bad for
her. But so yeah, Annie didn't do anything. The guy that was taking the girl up, the first two of the camp counselors that were killed, they didn't even get to second base, and he was definitely forcing himself on her. Because if you listen to their dialogue, he's all like, she's like, "Oh no, that's crossing the bases, or that's crossing the boundaries, or whatever." And he's like, "Oh come on, let whatever his name is, I'm only a man. Men aren't made of stone, or whatever." And she ends up killing both of them before he even got to second base.
I do feel bad though because they put a blanket down, and I mean that's not going to make the wood in that barn any softer.
No, definitely not.
So
be a little cleaner, I guess.
It was just getting splinters in your ass.
Barely.
Yeah, realistically speaking, her dialogue makes it more convoluted than the idea needs to be. The idea, like, it's pretty simple of just like a revenge story of my son died at this place because a bunch of camp counselors were being irresponsible when they should have been paying attention to the kids. And I'm going to be hell bent if they're going to reopen this place.
Right.
And like, I get that they needed to make her come off as insane, right? Like she's talking to herself, and it's really Jason, and she's doing it she's focusing on the fact that they were fucking the whole time instead of like paying attention and stuff like that. But like when you put it in the context of like, if she even threw a line in there of like, I tried to go to the town hall meetings to get them to stop trying to open this place because it's not right that my son died and they're going to do this all again and they're still going to hire irresponsible kids. Like at that point, she's not in the wrong here. Technically, she's done everything else she can, and if she needs to start killing people to get people to stop fucking cleaning this place up.
And she even the one truck driver even mentioned. So he mentions the kid drowning. He mentions the two kids being killed. He even mentions a fire happening. Now that's the only time we ever mentioned that they mentioned the fire ever happening.
Mm-hmm.
They never bring it up. They never actually say what year. So she has been trying to stop this place from becoming opened again multiple times.
Right. And the thing about it is like the guy that's running Christie, the guy that owns the camp or whatever.
Yeah.
He knows her.
Correct, because she used to work there,
yeah,
and
his
he, I
parents
think,
owned it or
used to
whatever.
work there. He
thought
bought it from the people.
See, I thought his parents owned it prior to that or something, but
It wasn't really
well,
ever
whatever.
really
But
said.
like, yeah, but like, he knows who she is because when she kills him, he's like, "What are you doing here?"
Right.
And it's like, you know that her kid died on your property. Like, everybody knows that. Obviously, she went to the town council and everything, but nobody has ever suspected her of being the one that's doing all these murders or catching things on fire. Like, I feel like even for the 70s, it would have taken them like 20 minutes to figure out that, this bitch is crazy.
Well,
they would have had to talk to her.
You would think,
Yeah,
because especially she immediately, the first thing she does as soon as she sees the body of Brenda, once Alice brings her into the building and she sees Brenda after being thrown into the window, she immediately starts going to dialogue of like, "Oh, Christy shouldn't have opened this place up again," and starts going into the whole monologue of Jason being drowned in the water. Yeah. There's also the interesting thing is with Ned when he gets killed off, when she goes, and we don't know it's her yet, but he sees somebody going into the one cabin. And I don't know if it was just me paying attention more this time around, but you actually see Mrs. Voorhees. You actually see Pamela Voorhees when she turns. You see her face. I feel like that's an editing problem. Not supposed to see her face.
I feel like Ned thought a woman went into the cabin, so he thought he was going to get some, and that was like...
That's also a possibility.
But prior to this, when they are like redoing the camp or whatever, and they're like painting and all that stuff, and he's like, "It's supposed to storm tonight, so I want to get as much painting done as possible."
That's dumb.
It's like, I didn't get that either.
It would be, let's do everything other than painting today because the paint's just going to run off the buildings if we paint it today. Right. But also, Alice has never used a hammer a day in her life.
I was thinking that myself because she hammered that so terribly.
And she had it, like, she was holding it like all the way up by the head of the hammer, and she's like, It's like, dude, what? And that dude's just sitting there watching her like, yeah, she's got this. She knows what she's doing.
She knows exactly what she's doing. Which is,
of course, he was trying to, hammer her also. So,
well, there was that what looked to be like a relationship they had. I think they did talk about that in something. Either there was like a special features I had on my copy.
Oh,
there was a couple of lines of them actually like having some.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of your copy, at time of release of this episode, I swear to God, if this movie wasn't on a goddamn streaming service, Paramount specifically, you all should never watch a Friday the 13th movie ever again. Because some of us had to pay $3.99 in digital credit that they already had on Amazon to be able to watch this. So,
yeah, I could have loaned you my
Voodoo. No, but I would have had to download another app. It was so much extra work.
Yeah, that's good because I don't want you to judge me for what I have on my Voodoo.
Yeah, probably. I would absolutely blow you up in here too.
Now I just want to borrow it just to see what he's got on there. I don't even.
I don't think it's. Here's the thing: I don't think it's like inappropriate. It's probably just cringy shit that we absolutely were going to make fun of him about.
It's not. Well,
look, it's only the first 7 seasons of My Little Pony. And...
No. I'm trying to think what is on here.
Yeah, what's the most egregious thing that you'd be embarrassed? What's your guilty pleasure,
What would be the thing that would embarrass you the most?
None of it would be embarrassing. I've got Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me on here.
Good movie.
Grown Ups.
Good movie.
Shout out to my ex.
The Lorax. Dr. Seuss's The Lorax.
We would regularly say who throws a cupcake honestly at each other, like all the time. Yeah.
Nice. I got Les Miserables. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, so you got a lot of musicals, you fucking theater kid.
The I don't know what year is this one.
Hugh Jackman one.
Yeah.
Okay.
2012.
Yeah.
I got Serenity on here,
That's a good movie.
which I need to put that on the list.
Yes.
So I got Oz, the Great and Powerful.
Which one's that? Is that the one with
The
Stoker dude and Meg?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I got a bunch of Marvel stuff and DC stuff, and yeah. So
see, I was expecting something actually embarrassing to be on there.
like I said, I don't have anything embarrassing on here. I just have random movies.
You should have The Return to Oz. You ever seen that?
I have never seen that one, but I don't have. I need to actually watch that one.
Well, maybe getting franchise. We'll watch The Wizard of Oz and the Return to Oz.
I've got Kingsman.
It's fucked up. I've been told it's a real mess up
dude.
movie.
So have I, and that's supposed to be a kids movie.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
I've got Kingsman, The Golden Circle, and Secret Service. Those are good movies.
Those are the first two, right?
Yep. So anyway,
anywho, the Crazy Ralph. Was this dude actually crazy and they just brought him in on the set? Because if not, he is probably the best actor hands down in this movie because he was creepy as shit. Like,
he's supposed to be that creepy guy. The
doom on you. God sent me here as a warning. But the way that he kept his neck, the whole time, and for everybody that's not viewing us, he had when you do that stretched out thing where you flex your neck and you can see all the strands of your.
I love doing that, man. That's one of my. Sometimes I'll just stand in the mirror and do that. It's cool.
The whole he does it the whole throughout his whole performance. His neck is never relaxed, and he sells it hard. Best actor in this movie, hands down. If he didn't get the most money out of this, then they did something wrong.
Well,
unless he actually was crazy. And
nobody was getting paid on this, Ron. Let's get real.
Oh, Kevin Bacon got paid. Come on.
No, this is before Kevin Bacon was big, so he wasn't getting paid.
So,
everybody got
he'd already had his ass spanked by a dude on camera.
The person that got paid was Betsy Palmer, Mrs. Voorhees, and she needed the paycheck because she needed to get her car fixed. That's why she took the role.
Wow.
That's legitimately awesome. Why she took the role.
That's
and
that's awesome.
Afterwards she kind of regretted it. Because she didn't she wanted to kind of distance herself from the movie because she didn't think it was going to be a hit. But then over time, she actually kind of came around to it, and she actually enjoyed being a part of the film, being a part of the franchise.
I'm sure she did because money talks, baby.
Oh yeah.
Which is kind of weird because she's the only one who is she the only one who never comes back?
Yes, I mean she is.
How does Kevin Bacon come back? He's dead.
Technically, he didn't die.
Well, no, he died.
He got his throat slit. Yeah, he died.
He got an arrow shoved through his neck.
Barely.
Also, let's talk about how strong this woman is. Because she shoved that arrowhead through a mattress and then through his neck without, while holding his head, and he had no chance between the time that she grabbed his head and started pushing to move away.
How strong is that arrow?
I mean, that's true too.
Yeah,
but also
a wooden arrow.
Nobody fought back, except for Alice at the end, right?
Yeah, because everybody was.
Wait, hold on. You're calling that fighting back? I would like. I mean, sure, but up until that point, she picked up 2 spools of yarn and threw them at her. What was the thing that she throws before?
I think a basket or something.
Yeah, because Palmer was like, you hit me with something that hurts, and I'm gonna fucking kill you for real.
But I mean, when she was fighting the little tiny girl in the bathroom,
she just stood there and screamed.
She just stood there, she could have moved, she could have ran past her, but she just stood there yelling until the axe embedded in her head. Right?
I mean,
yeah.
I mean this in the most adult way possible. They're all babies. They were all dumb babies. Annie, at one point, she runs. It's when the reveal first happens, right? And she runs out to the Jeep that Voorhees shows up in.
Annie, Alice.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alice.
Okay.
Alice runs out, and the Jeep is there. The keys were in it, and she opens the door, and there's like a dead body in there.
Yeah, she
so what
sees
did she do?
the dead Annie in there, and
Right.
Yeah.
She closes the door and runs away from the dead body? Get in the fucking Jeep and go, you dumb bitch! The body's
kick the
already
body out.
dead!
Yeah.
And then what does she
really
do?
bad.
Classic white girl in a scary situation? She fucking trips. She trips and falls, and barely. Like, it's the most, like, it's probably one of the most egregious, I have to trip at this point, trips. And it's just like, oh, no. And then she gets up, and then she, like, barely runs away. And then Voorhees catches up. Adam, I'm just saying, like,
what really
it's painful sometimes to watch these.
What really gets me is how many times she hits Mrs. Voorhees over the head with something, and she gets knocked out, and then she's able to run away, only for Miss Voorhees to get back up and then come after her again.
Well, we know where her son gets it from.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it is the classic, like, villain trope, especially serial killer trope.
Yeah. But here's another thing. When Annie decides to jump out of the Jeep, instead of, like, grabbing the wheel and, you know, like, forcing her to slow the Jeep down or stop it so she can get out.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I get it that she's a dumb kid, but seriously, I have been thrown out of a vehicle at a fast speed before, and it hurts really bad. But that Jeep came to a complete stop before she fell out of it.
So she didn't get hurt. That's why she was able to run-ish
But then
away.
She like hobbles away like she was
because
hurt
she hurt her ankle when she jumped out.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Because she's a tiny girl.
Instead of just running in a straight line through the woods, she like keeps turning until she runs in a circle and the lady gets in front of her.
Well, serpentine. You know, so they can't catch you.
No, that's so they can't shoot you, Joe.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, Joey confuses those a lot.
Right, but I mean, like, I get it why Steve, is that the main guy? Like the guy that owned the camp, Steve?
Yeah, Steve. Yeah.
Okay. I get it why he gets stabbed by her because he gets taken by surprise.
Right. Because he knew her, so yeah.
Yeah. But like, I feel like and Ned got his throat slit.
Right.
Which and I feel like Ned, there's no way that he would have just walked in there and gotten his throat slit. Like there would have been some kind of scuffle or something.
Well, but she saw him coming, so she could have hid when he came in, slice as soon as he comes in through the door.
But he also saw her go in there, so he would know that somebody was in there.
Yes, but if he's expecting one of his friends, he's not expecting somebody to be there with a knife.
I guess.
But what with Ned though, so when Jack, Kevin Bacon's character, and Marcy, when they're having sex in the bunk bed,
there's no way they didn't see that dead body sitting above them.
Okay, so about that, I was thinking the same thing, but there was either like a bag or a sleeping bag or suitcase or something blocking the body.
Sure.
Okay, I'll give it that sort of. And I know Kevin Bacon isn't that tall, but taller than a bunk bed.
Yeah.
To the point where he still should be able to see over it. And in theory, see a body part.
No, Joey, you're looking at this through post-nut clarity.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You're looking at that through post-nut clarity, buddy.
What you're not looking at for post-nut clarity is the fact that it would have smelled like shit in that place. Because she had killed him like at least
maybe an hour before. Right? Maybe.
So his bowels would have evacuated while he was in there. That blood would have already seeped all the way through that mattress and been dripping on the mattress that they were on.
So about that, that's the other thing I was going to bring up. Because where the body was set was on the edge of the bed, and where the blood dripped through to hit Jack was the complete opposite side of the bed. So that should not have happened. Just saying.
Yeah. But
I know it was the setup for the shot.
Sure.
So that he could get stabbed through the neck, but
But either way, there's no way that and I don't care how horny you are, if you walk into a cabin and it smells like shit, that's not going to keep you in the mood.
If she killed him in the other cabin.
No, it was in that cabin because they ran.
No, it wasn't that cabin.
Yeah, it was because they ran into the same cabin to get out of the rain.
I don't think it was that same cabin.
Yeah.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't paying attention that much, like that close to dispute that.
I really thought it was a different cabin, but okay.
That's probably the same cabin.
It's still like it was the same colored cabin and everything, and it looked like
they're all the same color.
And it looked like it was in the same spot on the path that one was that he went into.
To be fair, it could have been different cabins. They had one cabin to shoot this movie in.
Right.
Yeah. So like they also clearly are great at editing. They forgot to like switch the angle when they were like filming it. So
I will say that they're that the other ones are dumb. What Brenda, Bill, and Alice when they're playing Monopoly, and I think Brenda rolls the dice, and she's like, "Double sixes, I get to roll again."
And one of them was clearly a 2.
Oh, it was a 1 and a 2.
Yeah, because I had that in my notes also. I was
and
like,
then I think
that they weren't double sixes.
Oh yeah, and I think
I don't think she's dumb. I think she was just purposely trying to cheat and see if anybody's paying attention.
Oh no, because whoops, and we lost Jack. Because I think either Alice rolls next or Bill rolls next, and they roll a 10, but it shows like 3 and a 5 or something like that.
I just don't think they knew how to add.
No, I think they had to say what they wanted to say to get to a certain thing, and they forgot. No, we shouldn't actually show the dice because the next time they come back to it, they made sure to have the dice either be blocked or they grabbed the dice up before they actually said what it was.
So there are a couple lines in here that Kevin Bacon has that this is one of the reasons why I think he comes off as a 40-year-old man in this.
Okay.
Because he's like, oh, the wind's shifted 180 degrees. That rain's going to tear down this valley like a sandstorm. And it's like...
Oh, so he's just practicing for Tremors. Gotcha.
Yeah. Actually, shout out to Tremors. I love that movie.
That's a good movie.
His girlfriend,
Reba's in
Marcy.
Apparently she did not pass human anatomy class because he is spooning her from behind, and she's like, "I have to pee. You're laying on my bladder."
The arm
was on her tits,
grabbing her boob. Maybe the elbow.
Her like
was. Who knows?
No.
Okay,
but in her defense, she was probably looking for any excuse to get away from him.
That's
at that point.
That's probably fair.
Yeah.
The old lady at the diner was trying to get in Steve's pants so hard. Like she was zinging at him like back and forth and like, hey, you don't have to pay me anything, you just take me out on the town there, big boy. And he's like, here's money, please take my money.
I mean, if he had just taken her on town right there and then, he would have been alive. Would have stayed. But no, he had to get back to those camp counselors.
Yeah, well, that's because he was trying to bang one of them. So I guess
Well, he did bang one of them, and he was trying to leave him.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. I don't know
either. So, I will point out that when Bill and Alice, they hear Brenda screaming, so they go look for her, and they go to her cabin, and they find the axe on her pillow. But there's blood on the pillow, but not on the axe.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense. But then there's also...
Wiped it clean?
But then why was it blood on the pillow?
She only wiped one side of it.
Yeah.
It was on.
She used the pillow to wipe the axe off.
Oh. Right. Also, I really think that Brenda being riddled with arrows would have made more sense.
Right. Well, okay. So, and the guy that Bill that does get actually riddled with the arrows.
Right. Yes.
She lifted him up and stuck him on that door.
Right. Which is impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
all leverage. It's all leverage to get a guy up there.
Not a limp dead body.
Yeah.
Like you don't get leverage with a limp dead body because it's literally just like it's ridiculous.
No. So she shoots him full of arrows, right? She then runs over before he falls, and she dips low and gets his center of gravity on her shoulder up, carries him to the door, and then just does like a running whoop-ah, like throwing the body. And this is dead body disposal 101 here, Ron. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
But see, that's where you're wrong. Have you never carried somebody when they're like asleep?
All the time. I used to carry passed out drunk people home from the bar.
All right, no. See, now actually passed out drunk or just so drunk they're passing out?
No, passed out drunk. Already like out cold.
Gotcha. Because they are not easy to move. They are a huge pain in the ass.
Listen, you just gotta take a couple of years of wrestling to understand center of gravity and how to get them.
Years.
To get them. Okay, so then you should know. You just
you're talking two former wrestlers here.
Oh, but what I'm saying, Chuck, is that this lady who is, not in great shape.
I disagree. No. Okay, so I think that sweater is hiding a muscle mommy body underneath.
She had to have been. The matter of fact of how many people she killed and how strong she is.
She had super strength because she was not a very big woman.
She wasn't a tall woman, but she could have had crunchy strength. Looks strong, but she is strong.
What I'm saying is like even like size-wise, like her arms were not very big. Her body was not very big. Like for her to do these feats, she would have to have more strength than her tiny little body would have helped. Well, not tiny little body, but small.
I think she's stronger than she appears to be.
And that's 100%. What I'm also saying, Chuck.
Right, I know, but I'm saying it in a positive way. You're saying it in a way in which I take it negatively. I take it negatively, specifically. I'm saying like she is. I think she's jacked. I think she's a tiny little jacked woman who, when she finds the center of gravity of that man, lifts him right up and throws him on a door.
But what is she hanging him on the door?
We don't even know what her nail. There's for sure one of those like railroad spike nails on the back of that door.
It's a cabin in the old like 50s campground. There's got to be like a hook.
Yeah, you never had to go crash at a YMCA camp, man.
No.
All beat up fucking no. There's for sure tetanus like on every hook.
Also, for a fun now you know thing, Bill was played by a guy named Harry Crosby, who is Bing Crosby's son. And now you know.
And he didn't even sing. What the heck?
Well,
wonder why.
I think he was playing guitar at one point.
I think you're right. I think he was playing the guitar, yeah. Because it started off.
I didn't mean why he didn't sing. I meant why was he in this movie? Do you think that was like the big catch?
Maybe
I think so, which is why he would lasted as long as he did. Because I know, so I've watched. I know Movies That Made Us on Netflix did a thing about this, and there was some behind the scenes stuff on my DVD that I watched. And they both kept on talking about Harry Crosby and him being a big deal. So I think for the time, because he was Bing Crosby's son, I think that was a big thing for 1980. Now, I'm not saying it matters because you look at the cast now, and the only people that anybody remembers is Kevin Bacon and Betty Palmer. And Betty Palmer is the second of those two.
Yeah, I don't even know what else has she been in.
Well, she is more famous for this, but let's see. Soap opera, Miss Susan, Long Gray Line in the 50s. basically a 50s star. As the World Turns. There we go.
Is that a soap opera?
So she's soap opera.
Yeah, that was As the World Turns was like the biggest soap opera in that era. Like it may have been the first soap opera.
Who knows?
But yeah, like during a time in which soap operas were becoming uber popular, she would have been like a mainstream name.
All right, idiot, get out of my freaking headphone cords.
I'm not even in them, Ron.
What? No, this thing right here.
I'm really glad you picked up a cat, man.
We got Rose cat there for a minute. My last couple notes is the cops showing up make no sense because who called them?
Right.
And
well, unless they went out there to check on them because they found his car on the side of the road.
That's possible. I mean, the one sheriff did driving him to the camp and then had to, leave him be and let him go.
Yeah.
So that is possible. But who knows? And then Jason, like we are talking about, Jason showing up makes no sense unless he was actually alive.
Well,
but then,
especially when he shows up, because the cops are there when he jumps out of the water and grabs her,
and yet they didn't see him. Allegedly,
right? That's why it's a hallucination. I 100% think this was supposed to be a one and done. And
I think it was too.
Yeah, and it made so much money that they had to figure out what they were going to do to make a sequel.
And the whole reason this movie got made was because of Halloween. They specifically said they wanted to make a Halloween ripoff, and this is why this movie got made.
Yeah, they did.
And
a lot of the same elements are there.
Yeah, and it's great, and I mean that's kind of why Halloween 2 got made, was because they just did a sequel to that, and they continued that story, which I don't think they should have, but the way they did it. I mean, the way that they continued that story was not the greatest, but
how dare you talk about Season of the Witch like that?
No, Season of the Witch is great. The second Halloween 2, Season of the Witch is number 3.
Yeah.
The
second Halloween 2 where it's in the hospital is just dumb.
Yeah,
I've only ever seen the first Halloween.
It's almost well. First off, the Halloween series is supposed to be an anthology, but Michael Myers got so popular that they had to write him into the second one.
That's where we learn that she is his sister.
Yeah, air quotes. Yeah. Yeah, like full blown. I think it's tough to do horror in the sense of like when to stop, because they're cheap to make. They always do well in the theaters. If it is, even if it's not that good, but you have a compelling monster or like killer, you will build a fan base. People will give a shit about it, and you can just copy paste and keep doing the same thing, and people will eat that shit up. So I think it's hard. It's hard when it keeps making money to go like, okay, now we're done. Now we can walk away from it.
So in fact, we should make a scary movie.
Honestly, we could, and we could probably make bank. Look at Blair Witch Project. They made that thing on a what, $50 and like bubble gum, practically. And
I mean, they have $500
half a meatball sub.
$50,000.
You know what I mean?
So in today's money, that'd be like what? $3.5 million.
I was told you just double the inflation. That's all I heard.
I don't think that's accurate, but I don't know. Let's find out.
That's for profit. Like you have to double that for profit.
No. I just heard something today where they were talking about. It was a wrestling related thing. Trying to figure out how much something sold for in today's money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was like $8 million in today's money.
$2.24 million today is what $550,000 would be in 1980.
Yeah, but that's like nothing, man.
That's still more money than I'll ever have in one place, Chuck.
Yeah, but you're poor, Ron. Like, no offense, but like realistically speaking, for a movie budget,
so what you're saying is
that's like nothing.
Hold on, guys. I have a statement to make. Joey is going to start a GoFundMe so that we can make a slasher film, and he's going to put the link to it in the show notes. And if we can raise $5 million, we will make a slasher movie. And whoever backs us will get, first access.
Joey, quick, write a script.
Fuck. I can't write.
I will write the script.
You have to write the script before you launch the Kickstarter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, do a Kickstarter, not a GoFundMe. A GoFundMe gets us paid regardless of whether we made it or not. We don't want that kind of karma. What you want is a Kickstarter, but you have to have the thing first, the script.
Gotcha.
First.
All right. Well, in that case, I'll work on a script, and then Joey's going to put it in the notes of one of our shows.
Yeah, but then the Kickstarter, though, if we don't get the funding,
then we don't have to do it.
Right.
Right.
And so that works out.
But a GoFundMe, if we only get half the money, we still have to do it, but then with only half of the money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you still got to pay the taxes on it, my guy. GoFundMe is really just for people who need medical help. Like that's really all GoFundMe gets used for anymore. God damn it!
For those of you that are only listening, that is the second time.
Listen, I made the mistake. I've made the mistake, and I cleaned my shit up here a little bit. So there's nothing to there's not boxes of fucking garbage shit in my fucking room anymore, holding up a bunch of shit.
Chuck's cameraman is drunk, and listen to the commercials, please, so we can afford to get Chuck a sober cameraman.
A stand. Yeah.
Listen to the commercials, so I can afford the arson insurance that will happen when I inevitably burn this house down.
Oh god.
Okay, for the insurance money.
Allegedly.
That's a joke.
Definitely
satire.
Yeah, that was a joke, and definitely isn't going to happen. That's for sure.
Definitely satire, because that's satirical.
I actually be satirical in.
I have no more notes for this.
Oh, I got no more drink. Yeah, are we almost over?
Here, Chuck, you can have some of mine.
Thanks, buddy. Nom.
So we've got a kill count of 11 with 2 lost limbs, the snake that lost his head, and Mrs. Voorhees who lost her head.
Dude, did they straight up kill an actual snake for this movie?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Because it looked, that was that's how a snake looks when you kill it.
Yeah, they probably did. I wouldn't be surprised.
I remember us looking up one time when that flip over happened of you have to put no animals were harmed.
I think it was the 90s.
Yeah, we looked it up.
Started getting involved.
Yeah, we looked it up for something. I don't remember. So I wouldn't be surprised if they killed a snake. I mean, Arnie killed that camel, so why would they not kill it? Yeah,
twice,
and that was in the 80s.
Technically, okay. This actually brings up an interesting question. So, I mean, I guess you're gonna say yes anyway, but technically, a limb comes off the body. Yes, is an appendage.
Right.
But the snake is all one thing. You would
if you cut off the tail, it's technically losing a limb.
But where does the tail start and the head end?
Wherever it gets cut, I suppose.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about that. Huh. Well, shit, you got me there.
So for our bingo, we had animal cruelty, origin flashback, Wilhelm scream, sexual innuendo, nudity, and dead parent.
All right.
And I think technically there's also product placement because of the vehicles.
That, and also when he was in the diner, I'm sure there was probably something in there too. Maybe.
I didn't pay that much attention in the diner. The Matrix metric.
I mean, okay. I don't know, man. It's all practical. They couldn't afford a CGI budget.
I mean, yeah.
It's fine. I mean, the practical effects are fine. They probably maybe they looked cool back then. It was just like what, a lot of head slashing.
I mean, it's
neck slashing.
This is Tom Savini at his best.
I mean, they did a really good job with like the way the axe was embedded in what's.
Yeah, the axe did look good. It still looked good.
The throat slit on Annie, other than the fact that there wasn't enough blood coming out of it, that looked pretty good too.
I assume that the blood pack, whatever, is like right here on their chest, because somebody would get their neck slit and then they would like squeeze, like right where their chest was, and I assume that's where the blood packet to the straw was or whatever.
Yeah, probably.
That being said, it's fine. It is perfectly fine. 1 out of, I don't know, 250,000. So, sure, it still holds up. Why not? You know what? It would still hold up in today's standards if we went and made a movie, because there ain't no way we're gonna do any better than whatever they fucking did in this.
That's fair.
That is true.
Which once again, Joey will post a link to that Kickstarter in the show notes.
Not this one. We haven't Kickstarter yet.
That's true, and I won't have enough time in a month to write a script.
Oh, but you can make it and like pre-save.
So we did have a sad, depressing boob count of 1, because you never see both of her boobs. And wow, for some reason I thought there were so many more boobs in this movie.
I remember a lot more boobs in this movie.
I don't know if it's because I saw like number 2 or number 3 or something like that, but like I thought that there were a lot more titties than just one tiny little boob in this one.
There is more in the other movies. I think, which one is it? I think 6 is the only one that doesn't show any nudity. But there is more nudity.
Kid, right? 6?
No, that's
Jason Lives.
Yeah, that's Jason Lives.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Jason Lives in 6.
Oh,
Jason 6 is Jason Takes Manhattan, isn't it?
That's 8.
That's 8.
Oh, shit, I don't know.
There's definitely boobs in that one.
Yeah, fucking shout out. That's like my second favorite. Jason Takes Manhattan's fucking awesome.
That was rough. But yeah, so yeah, you might be thinking of some of the others. But I mean, Jason X is probably one of my favorites because when he's in the hologram and those 2 girls are just like,
and he beats one with one with the other one. Hell yeah,
it's great in the sleeping bags.
It's so good. It's so
wonderful.
Good. And they're just like, "Oh yeah, Jason. Oh yeah, don't you want to kill us?
We're gonna have premarital sex and smoke weed."
All right.
I fucking love that movie.
I saw that in theaters, man. It was wonderful.
The not a Muppet had to be Mrs. Voorhees.
Oh yeah.
First off, because that was the whole reason why I brought up her having like super strength was because if they were Muppets, then she could just be a regular person. You know, like
she could easily take Bill and shove him against the door.
Yeah, exactly. And and then having a Muppet lop her head off would be absolutely hilarious. But yeah, so my vote was for Mrs. Voorhees.
I agree, but I think there would be something really funny about the crazy guy being the only one and him going around screaming that they're all doomed, and he's just telling them that they're Muppets all the time. You're Muppets, you're all doomed.
I like that one.
I also like that one.
You know what really got me, and I didn't think about this. Alice should have known who Ralph was. She was at that camp for a while, helping Steve work on that. So she should have known who Crazy Ralph was.
Maybe she never went into town ever. Maybe Steve, until all the rest of the campers got there, kept her locked up in his cabin and just.
I like that. What classifies Ralph as being crazy, other than just the shit that he spews, is that he A, rides a bike everywhere, and B, he's always in a 3-piece suit. Like,
That's just 'cause
that
he's
makes
classy.
him crazy.
Yeah, that's
Look at everybody else. No one else is wearing a 3-piece suit. That man's insane.
Now, I have another question for you guys though. How far did Annie walk before she got into town?
Town? She must have hitchhiked prior.
Or is there like a bus that left her on the outskirts of town or something? Because like
maybe.
How tiny is that town?
Yeah.
I think you saw it. I think
Yeah,
it's that one. I think it's that one.
Where the diner is,
which is interesting because when we get to later movies, the town is so much bigger.
That's because the deaths keep bringing more people in.
Yeah, it becomes an attraction.
Yeah.
I mean, so like realistically speaking, there's a campsite pretty close to where I am. It's like 20-ish minutes or so. And there is it's that same idea. There's like a diner that's also like kind of a convenience store that's near the campsite. So like I think that was probably even back then way more common before they actually, because this was 82 and
80.
80. So then definitely like the interstate highway was just being built. So a lot of these like highway state highways, county routes and things like that were much more populated. So you could just have a diner in the middle of fucking nowhere. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is a great place to stop because we are equal distance from the next stop and the stop previous to us.
Yeah.
Like they used to figure that shit out.
But
and you know how they did
they
it?
used to care.
They used to drive until their car ran out of gas and they said, oh, I guess we're setting shop up here.
But another thing is Camp Crystal Lake was 20 miles away from that town. Right?
I guess, yeah.
That's what they told her, was that it was a 20-mile walk to get there.
Oh, they say 20-mile walk?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they said 2-mile walk, which is why I was confused why she needed a ride.
Same. But no, it was 20 miles.
That's like a whole other town over.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, there's no way that was the closest town that was there. Unless that was, because generally speaking, when you've got a lake, it doesn't matter what size the lake is, there's going to be people flocking around it.
Yeah, people are gonna have like lake houses.
Yep.
Lake houses are huge around here.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of lakes.
Anywhere there's a lake.
And this is New Jersey, so where this is taking place at.
Oh, I thought this was in Chicago.
No, it's New Jersey, because when she gets dropped off by the trucker, the cemetery is like Hope, New Jersey, says Hope, New Jersey on it.
That dude's truck says Illinois on the side of it.
Maybe he's driving to Illinois.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he's a trucker, so he's just...
Yeah, but he seemed like he was a local. Like, everybody knew him.
Well, yeah, but you have to remember
truckers drive
back then. Yeah,
places.
That's true. That could be where he had his second family.
That's his route. Yeah,
yeah. I was gonna say that's probably his route. Yeah, like they knew him because he
that's legitimately a thing. Like truckers used to have families and like.
Yeah, the internet, realistically, the internet ruined your ability to have an affair and an entire other family in another location. Like,
internet also ruined serial killers. So
that's true. I mean, they're still out there. We just don't talk about them as much.
That is true. But Chuck,
yeah,
what do you give this out of 10?
Okay, is this a Friday the 13th movie? By definition, yes. I guess I've been trying it over. How I feel about this movie collectively. To me, this is not the Friday the 13th. This is. I know that this came out first, but my hatred for this is about as much as Ron's hatred is for most prequels, which is I already know what happens, and therefore I kind of don't care about this movie as much. Because to me, the Friday the 13th series is when Jason actually is an adult and starts doing like that. So like part 2 is when it picks up for me, right? This is the prequel. Granted, it came out first and it's the first one, but this is the prequel to why Jason is the way he is. I look at this like I look at how I look at it. The Beatles. Influential, absolutely. probably the most popular. Yeah, arguably. Do I enjoy it if it's on? Sure. But it just ain't for me, man. This movie specifically just ain't for me. Um, I like Kevin Bacon though. I guess I got okay. It does get the getting franchise point a tenth of an extra point because Nine Inch Nails does have a pretty fucking dope song. So I'm gonna say 5.16. It's perfectly in the middle for me.
Okay.
Ronald?
I remember watching this when I was a kid. Like I have a cousin that's 6 years older than me, so like I used to watch scary movies with him all the time. But like I also know that like I'm not. It's just okay. Like it's almost so corny that it's like a comedy rather than a slasher. As far as like dialogue goes and the way that they die and stuff like that goes, it's just it's okay. And because I do have a thing, I do have to give it the extra point because there are boobs in it, sort of. So
Would you
I
give a half point? So because there's only one boob.
No, as long as it's got boobs in it, I give it a whole point.
If he sees areola, it counts.
That's
fair.
correct.
Yeah.
If there's nipple, it's got to be nipple because sometimes you can see areolas in movies and I don't count it. Because,
By accident. Sometimes they forget to cover it up.
But as long as there's a nipple in it, it gets the extra point because if you're gonna stick to you got to stick to your code, right?
Yeah.
So that puts it at a 5.01 for me because I mean I will probably end up watching this again at some point in time, like after I've forgotten it again. And again, I'm going to watch it and be like, man, I remember there being more boobs in this. But other than that, like it's just okay. Like I wouldn't even go as far as Chuck said, and it's perfectly fine. I think it's just kind of okay.
I didn't factor in Janero Continuum, but I don't know. There's a lot to make fun of it, but I think it moves too slow to enjoy it at a party.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Which is actually one of my complaints. While this is one of my favorite of this franchise, there is too much dead time in here. Not dead like there's somebody killing somebody.
Dead time.
There's just too much time where there's just nothing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Too much dead air. And while I still enjoy this movie, this is one I've seen numerous times. A couple years back, they were showing this in theaters, and I think I've seen it in theaters like twice. And this is a fun movie for me. I do like watching this one. Out of all of them, this is one I've seen the most. It's a lot of fun for me. I do enjoy it. Now, I will say though, the only reason. So I mean, and I've said this on the podcast before. Growing up, I was never allowed to watch any horror movies, any scary movies because of my parents. I didn't watch this until my 20s. Specifically, I watched this after I saw Scream, because in Scream they asked the question like who was the killer in Friday 13th, and that's when you find out that it was Mrs. Voorhees. I'm like, that's weird. I always thought it was Jason. Then I watch the movie and realize, oh wait, okay, now I know it's not. And so because of that, I'm like, I mean, I'm not saying I like it because of that line, but I like it because I like
Joe likes this movie because in Scream they brought it up.
It's just because of Scream. But no, like I like the franchise. Jason is just one of those characters. Again, we don't see him really start killing until the second movie, but this is the beginning of it. This is where we start it all off.
Right? He tries to kill in this movie. He just doesn't do a good job of it. But
he's not very successful at it. He's learning. He's learning.
He's just a little kid.
He gets to the revenge in the next one. So I gave this a 7.77. Yeah, I really do like this movie.
Lucky sevens, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna do a 6.66, but
Yeah.
But we gave it too low of a score, so we had to boost it.
Yes, we
no,
had to
that's
boost it
not.
up.
That's not why. But that gives us a combined score of 5.98, which drops it in at number 85 out of 186 movies, just behind The Incredible Hulk Returns from 1988 at a 6, and just above The Mask of Zorro at a 5.97.
And I feel like we even got to see more tits in The Mask of Zorro than we did in this.
I mean,
it's because they were bigger. It was a joke, Joey. Like, more, not.
You know
more.
what I mean? Yes. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed in the boob count on this.
I agree.
We're on two.
I
Yeah,
expected more from a slasher from the 80s.
Well, and again, like I said, we're gonna get in the movies. The next couple, we're gonna get a few more. I just can't remember how many.
Yeah, you don't keep that count on you, Joe?
Not off the top of my head. Sorry.
Weird. Do you know where you can see Joey's count though? The last Sunday of every month, right here on this feed, we do a little show we like to call Getting Franchised, the latest and greatest in movie franchises. At time of release, you are about to hear the subtle. This is what I want you to do. You listening? You all paying attention? You're gonna light some candles, okay? Put on, no, because you gotta listen to us. So you're gonna light some candles. You're gonna dim the lights. Get a nice bouquet for your sweetie.
Okay.
You are going to make a really nice. Let's go scallop. Let's go scallop with a compound butter and a filet mignon. With a nice herb, a red wine reduction, and some roasted roots. Get some roasted roots in there. Get your vitamins. It's important. Okay. You're gonna set the table. They're gonna come home. You are gonna have a beautiful, beautiful, lovely, filled dinner while you listen to Joey and I review Death Race and Death Race 2000, baby. That's right. Because nothing says love like vehicular manslaughter, baby. And Ron was on for that one, right?
He was on for Raid.
No, you were. Oh no, you just happened to watch it after.
Yeah, I watched it recently, and
yeah.
That's one with boobs.
Yeah, that's got some boobs. It's also got Nazis for some reason.
Yeah,
right. Well, I mean, actually, if you think about it, we have Nazis, so it does make sense.
That's true. What it also has is peak Jason Statham. If you want to see that, highly recommend it. Anyway, yes, that's right. We are watching Death Race and Death Race 2000 right here. Next, is in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Week and a half.
Week and a half away. I think so far the best thing we watched this year in comparison to the other thing we watched, which was Labyrinth and Dark Crystal. So there you go. Outside of that, you can find me on the interweb, kicked out of the hobby, no E and kicked. I don't even know what I'm fucking working on anymore. I painted something. Go check it out. I'm probably ranting about how much I hate 3D printed miniatures. If I had to guess at this point, that's probably and I only want resin or metal cast miniatures from now on. My recommendation this week, hey, about a month ago, a little book called Godzilla Heist came out on trade paper, and I highly recommend reading it. I just started it last night. It is a heist story that happens during a Godzilla attack.
Okay, that sounds badass.
It's pretty good. It's not what I quite thought it was going to be, but I have been thoroughly enjoying it so far, and I love me some Godzilla. So I have figured out, I think Godzilla is like my 6th favorite thing. I don't know if Godzilla necessarily tops into my top 5, But I've been
definitely
enjoying
hooked in your top 10.
It's definitely in my top 10. Yeah. I think it floats between like 6 and 4 sometimes. Kind of just like depending on how much I consume of it.
That's fair.
Ronald, where can they find you?
You can find me on the internets, on Instagram, TikTok, Bluesky at Good at This Game. You can find my art on Instagram at Good Art This Game, and on our shirts on TeePublic. And my recommendation would be the book series, The Demon Cycle, which starts with the book The Warded Man by Peter V. Brett.
Never did finish that. Shit.
Really good books. Really good books. A good storyline. I think last year maybe they came out with a like another book that's kind of like a sequel to that series, and I haven't picked it up yet because I wait for them to come out in paperback because I am poor, like Chuck said earlier. But good books.
Also,
good
objectively, paperback is just better.
100%. I can fit it in my pockets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but the hardback looks so good on my shelf.
Again, I'm poor,
Cool.
I'm like Joey, so I don't think about how good they look on my shelf. I think about how much they can fit on the free shelf that I got off the side of the road that sits in my
Yeah, but I also wait until they're like $5 at Half Price Books or a thrift store or something. So
yeah. But anyways, Joey,
I still just prefer soft cover.
that's fair. You guys can find us on the social medias at Comic Book Rundown. You can email us, comicbookrundown@gmail.com. You can rate and review us on your podcasting app of choice. You can find us over on the YouTube. You can find all of our shows. We've got Kamen Rider Chronicles every Monday and Thursday. We've got Rundown Reviews every Friday. We've got Comic Book Rewind every other Saturday. We've got Getting Franchised last Sunday of the month. We've got, that's all of our shows. We've got merch, like Ron said, Redbubble, TeePublic. We've got Song, which is done by Cam.
Yeah,
I think I got everything.
You did. Good job.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you real quick if I can. I know I haven't brought it up in a minute. But honestly, Cam can go fuck himself because snow caps do not taste like cardboard. I think he's just stupid and he ate the box. Like he's a doctor because he's a doctor of fine arts. He's not like a smart doctor.
So shout out to my friend Second Sam because they actually bought me a box of snow caps so that I could try them because I couldn't remember the last time I'd had snow caps, and they're not bad.
No, I love snow caps.
They have really
dropping snow caps in the popcorn is a nice little treat.
Oh, actually, that's a good idea right there.
Yeah, it's a nice little treat.
I've had snow caps on forever, so I cannot remember what they taste like.
I just recently had snow caps. The last time I went to the movies, I had snow caps, and they were a delight.
My recommendation, Black Phone 2. It just dropped a month ago on Peacock, and I meant to go watch this in theaters, and I never got a chance to. But it is, I liked it. I liked the first one when it came out a couple years back.
I've never seen either one of them.
So Black Phone, it's written by Joe Hill, so that should get your attention. Yeah. It's a short story he wrote some time ago, and then they made it into a movie. This kid gets kidnapped by this, I guess you can call him a serial killer called the Grabber, and while he is in his basement, there's a phone down there that is disconnected, but he hears it ringing, and on the other end of the line is all the other kids that were killed, and they're talking to him.
So do you think that Joe Hill's stories and the reason he has so many twisted things is because his dad's a pedophile?
No.
Oh, okay. That is
say that with a question,
dad, right? Or Stephen King's kid, right?
Stephen King's dad. Yes.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure that recently Stephen King was like, "Oh, the people on Epstein's island probably weren't bad people," and because
he's on the fucking list.
Exactly, Chuck. Exactly.
You know what? I'll finish this episode out with a hot take. You ready for this? I don't think that any adaptation of Stephen King's books have ever been good unless they've been unbelievably altered. So like I know that Stephen King's argument is like every book or every movie that gets made that's based off his books, they change a lot of stuff. And I think it's because
they have kid orgies in book.
Right, like everything he's done has been like fucking weird.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't think he's that fucking good. I think the mark of a true author is if you can have your book transfer 1-to-1 to the small screen or silver screen. Shout out to Heated Rivalries is my point here, everybody. Shout out, transfer 1-to-1. If anybody was wondering, I have this ear. This is Mick Foley.
That's
this is Mick Foley's.
Okay, I thought you were holding on to a chicken nugget this whole time.
No.
What?
I have an ear. It's a stress reliever, squeeze ear. But it's property of Mick Foley. It says right there on the side of it.
That's cool.
Yeah. I got it in a like wrestling blind box a bunch of years ago.
So
that's all I got.
One more question: what movie are we watching next week?
Oh yeah, I should probably tell you that before I hit the end of recording.
Yeah, I saw you getting ready to hit the button, and I wanted to.
No. I'm waiting. I was waiting for the one time. I have a secret goal, Ron. God damn it!
Don't say it.
What's the secret goal there, Chuck?
No, I'm telling you. You'll find out.
Okay.
I'll probably accidentally do it one time on getting franchised if I had to guess.
So our next movie, we're gonna be watching Galaxy Quest.
Hell yeah!
Oh shit! Oh, that's phenomenal. I wish you would have told me sooner. Damn it! All right.
Sorry. Oh, so we can get.
I could have gotten Patrick on. Yeah.
I mean, you could probably try to get hold of him.
Yeah, I'll reach out and see.
I know it's only a week in advance, but
I don't think he's got a lot going on right now. He does a lot of theater. If you're wondering what he does,
shout out to Patrick.
Yeah, shout out to Patrick. My ex-boss knew the guy who wrote and directed this movie, which is Patrick. I forget his last name. I think he wrote it. I don't know if he directed it. Did he direct it? He wrote it.
We'll find out next week when we look at.
We'll find out next week for sure. Anyway, yeah, like Nua, and it's pretty cool. But he does a lot. He directs a lot of theater now. He does a lot of theater on Broadway stuff, so that's what he does.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I look forward to that because I like that movie. It's a
great movie.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever seen it start to finish.
So really?
Yeah, so this will be interesting.
It'll be fun to watch with you then.
Indeed. It will be. You know what I like about this ear is I like to reenact the scene from Reservoir Dogs when he picks up the ear. He goes, "Can you hear me now?"